And what do we think that just keep swimming means? Kent, what does Dory mean when she says just keep swimming? Okay, so you know what you got to do when life gets hard. You got to just keep swimming. So let's think about how can we apply this to our lives. If I tell you to just keep swimming, and do I mean find the nearest lake or swimming pool and hop in the water?
No,
What do I mean by this?
just swimming and not just swimming and not 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 stop.
Yes, exactly. Good job. So you can say our lesson is when life gets you down. And when I say when life gets you down, that means when life is a little bit difficult or if it's a little bit hard, you just, we'll say, don't give up, right? Just keep going. Does anyone have another lesson that they learned from this, or did someone write this a different way? Sierra, what did you say about this clip? Or what do you think?
I think that, yeah.
That's good? Okay. Ming Chao, do you have anything to add? All right, so that is our just keep swimming means don't give up. Okay, so I'll send this home for homework, or so you can check at home. And if we have time, we can go to the previous one with Nemo and his friends. But we have a lot of other things to do, like talk about the main idea, moral, topic, and theme of Finding Nemo. This is going to be on page 63 in your booklets. Okay, so we have the definitions already. And then we're going to go over some examples in the story so you can see how main idea, moral, topic, and theme are different from each other. Because they're easy to get confused. So the more we practice, the better we will be at knowing what to look for when we want these different, when we want to talk about these different elements of our story. Okay, so let's start with going over the meanings of all of these terms or words. Okay. So main idea is going to be what the story is about. Okay, so we're going to try and summarize the story in one sentence. Okay, and see if we can get the main idea of the entire movie down to one sentence. Okay, so we have the moral is the lesson of the story. Okay, when we talk about morals, this teaches us what is right versus what is wrong. Okay, and then we have our topic. The topic is an important subject that is presented in the movie. Okay, so when we talk about topics, we're talking about one word. Okay, so what different subjects do we learn about in Finding Nemo? And then we have our theme. So when we take our topic and say, what did I learn about in this movie? We have our one word topic, and then we can think to ourselves, what does the movie teach us about this topic? Or what does the author think about this topic? And that's where we get our theme. So the theme is the overall message or lesson that you can apply to your own life about that we get from the movie. So let's talk about our main idea first. Can anyone tell me, who thinks that they can tell me a sentence that discusses the main idea of Finding Nemo? Ling Chi? Ling Chi, you have to unmute yourself. Where did she go? Okay. say, Maggie, do you have any ideas about our main idea?
When life gets you down, do not give up.
So I want to know, what is this movie about? So I want to talk about characters and what they do.
The movie is about Nemo and Marlin and Dory.
Okay, so let's think, what does Marlin do in this movie?
Marlin go to find his son Nemo because Nemo is got caught by a diver.
Exactly. That's the main idea, right? The whole movie is a story of a father who travels across the ocean to search for his son. Right? Is that what this entire movie is about?
Yes.
That's it. Easy as that. Right? So one sentence that tells what the whole movie is about. Okay? So along the way, Marlin, he meets new fish, he gets into trouble, but those are details in the story, right? Our main idea is Marlin travels the ocean to find Nemo. All right, what about our moral? We have a few, so morals, topics, and themes, we're going to have a few different ones. Okay, so who can tell me what is something that we learn about right versus wrong in this movie? What lesson have we learned about right versus wrong? Does anyone have any ideas? So what about in the scene with Nemo and his friends? Nemo's friends go out to touch the boat and ask Nemo to do the same. And what has Marlin always told Nemo about the open ocean? Let's see.
Nemo's dad told Nemo that the open ocean was scary.
It's scary and also dangerous, right? And he told him to not go out and touch the boat. Did Nemo listen, or did he disobey his father?
Nemo disobeyed his father.
And then what happened to Nemo when he went out to touch the boat?
A diver caught him.
Yes. So when Nemo did not listen to his father, something bad happened, right? So what lesson can we learn? What moral can we take away from this?
Should listen to my parents.
So we can say that it is right to listen to your parents. It is wrong to disobey or not listen to your parents. So that's one of our morals, right? So listen to your parents. Another one is don't give in to peer pressure. So Nemo's friends were peer pressuring him when they said, come on, go touch the boats. Who can get the farthest? Okay, so peer pressure is when your friends or someone else wants you to do something, and then you need to make the decision to do what you know is right. All right, another moral is beware of strangers. And then also, don't judge a book by its cover. Minnie? Which character taught us don't judge a book by its cover?
Bruce.
Yes. Right? When Marlin first met Bruce, he thought that he was scary and wanted to eat them. And then he later found out that Bruce is actually a nice shark and doesn't want to eat fish. Okay, so these are our morals. They teach us what is right versus what is wrong. And then we have our topics. So important subjects presented in the movie. So Pizza, what's one subject that this movie talks about?
The seashell is nice, so why did he say that he battled?
Well, he did at one point, right? Because remember, Bruce smelled Dory's blood. So they're trying to get away from him. So I think he's just, we can call that embellishing. So to make a story seem more interesting than it actually was. So people will be like, oh my gosh, you did what? right? So you can, sometimes people add like extra details to make something sound more interesting than it actually was. All right. Okay. Do you have any ideas about our topics? What's
No.
something that we learn about in this movie?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Sorry, say again.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay, so that's one of our morals. I want a one-word topic. Let's see, Lily.
Have any topic that
Mhm.
represent in this one? I haven't got the idea, but at first I thought it was the word adventure, but I don't know.
Okay, adventure could be one. So let's think, what about Marlin and Nemo? How would you describe Marlin and Nemo's relationship? They are part of the same what?
Same family.
Family. So family is going to be one of our topics, right? This movie teaches us about family. Okay, so that's one. Let's see, Dino, can you think of another one then? What about, so we have Marlin and Nemo as our family. What about Marlin and Dory?
Close friends.
Okay, so another topic is going to be friendship, all right? And pizza, what is another one? What did Marlin have to do in order to escape the whale?
Marlin have to let go of the tongue.
Okay, and who is telling him to let go of the tongue?
Dory.
So Marlin had to do what to Dory?
Marlin have to trust Dory.
Yep. So trust is another one of our topics. Okay, so this movie teaches us about trust, about friendship, about independence, determination, and family.
Always trust your friend.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and if you don't trust your friends, you might not survive. So sometimes you have to trust others to move forward. Remember, we learned that in The Whale. So if Marlin hadn't trusted Dory, and if he hadn't let go of the whale's tongue, he would have been stuck in the whale forever. So in order to move forward or to get out of the whale, he had to trust his friend. Okay. See, what about friendship? What does this movie teach us about friendship? James? What do you think? So let's think of Marlin and Dory. Do you think Marlin would have made it to Nemo without Dory's help?
No.
So would we say that friendship is important or friendship is not important? Is it good to be independent or is it bad to be independent?
Good to be independent.
Independence is important, right? So, it's okay to ask for help. And if you need help, you should for sure ask for help. However, it's important to be able to do things and solve problems on your own, right? Because sometimes we're by ourselves and you need to think, what can I do by myself to solve this problem? Okay, what about determination? Remember, determination is going after what you want. So making sure you get the things that you want or you do the things that you want to do. So when they dropped the mask and Marlin was scared, what did Dory teach us about determination?
Yes.
Yep. So we can say never give up, right? Even though some things can get tricky or difficult, you should never give up. Okay. And our last one, family. Fung Tao, are you there?
Family will always be by our side.
Okay. Family will always be by your side. Very good. So we can also say, nothing matters more than family, right? Because your family will always be there for you. So that is what we learned about family. Does everyone see how our topics are connected to our themes in the movie? Give me a thumbs up if you understand, so I know if we need to go over more. Okay, so It can be tricky, but the more we practice, the easier it becomes. Okay, so I'll send this home. So if you haven't finished writing, then you can fill it out at home. Okay, so let's move on to, we're going to talk about our summary, okay? So for homework today, for this weekend, you are going to write a summary about Finding Nemo. Okay, so this is at the beginning of your booklets. Okay, so this is on page 7 of your booklet. Okay, so you'll write out this summary for homework. Okay, so when we are talking about a summary, what do I mean when I say summary, Sky?
You watch or read something and then you tell it in your own words.
Okay, so we're going to tell about Finding Nemo in our own words.
We are writing just the important parts.
Exactly.
Our own words.
Yes, so when we summarize, we're writing down just the important parts of the movie in our own words. Okay? If I wanted to know every single detail about Finding Nemo, what should I do, B?
Watch a movie.
Yep. I can just watch the movie, right? I don't want you to write about the entire movie. I just want to know the important parts. Okay? So I know that you know about it. And we've been learning about Finding Nemo for 2 whole weeks. So everyone should know about Finding Nemo, right? So we're going to do a plan for our summary together. Okay, so who remembers doing a chart that looks similar to this? Somebody wanted, but, so, then, finally. Give me a thumbs up or raise your hand if you remember doing this in school. I've made us flip books about this before. Yeah. Okay, so let's fill in our chart. And I will send this chart home to help you with your summary. So let's talk about our somebody. I want to know the main character in this movie. Mit-A, who is our main character?
The main character is Nemo.
Okay, so Nemo goes in our first box here. And what did Nemo want in this movie?
He wants to explore.
Okay, and with the boat scene, why did he go out to touch the boat?
So, because his dad said he cannot swim well, so he swim out to the boat to prove that he can swim well.
Okay, so Nemo wanted to touch the boat, we'll say, to prove to his dad that he could swim as well as the other fish. But what happened then? What is our problem in this movie? What was our problem when Nemo went to touch the boat? What happened?
Someone can catch him.
Who caught him?
Human.
Okay, so we'll say a diver caught Nemo when he was swimming in the open ocean. Okay, that is our conflict in the story, our main conflict. All right, so what's the solution to this problem? Who had a solution? Jon Snow? What was the solution here? Nemo gets caught by a diver and taken to a fish tank. Who comes to the rescue and helps solve this problem?
Marlin and Dory.
Marlin goes to rescue Nemo and meets Dory along the way. Okay, and then we'll say they experienced many problems on their journey to find Nemo. Then, what is the solution to this problem? Lingqi, what happens?
Then they meet Bruce and Shark.
Is that an important part, or is that just a small detail?
I don't remember much.
Well, I've already said they experienced many problems on their way to find Nemo, right? So Bruce is one of their problems. I want to know, did Marlin complete his journey? Did he find Nemo?
Yes,
Okay, so I'll say Marlin.
but he was dead. He found
end of the
Nemo is dead.
So I want to know, in this entire movie, did Marlin find Nemo, Lingqi?
Yes.
Okay.
He found Nemo.
He found Nemo. So Marlin finally found Nemo. And they go back home with Dory. Okay, and then finally, let's think about a lesson that Marlin learned in this story. Sky, what lesson does Marlin learn in this story?
Marlin learns that Nemo needs to be independent.
Okay, so we'll say Marlin learns that he needs to, and what else? What else does he need to do about Nemo?
He needs to let Nemo explore the world.
Okay, right? He needs to trust Nemo and give him independence. Okay. All right, so this is what I'll send to you so you guys can write your summaries at home. So please remember to use important events only. We can use time order words to show sequence of events. Okay, like first, next, then, finally, meanwhile. Okay. And for this part here, when it says that Marlin and Dory experienced many problems, you can give examples. You can give like 1 or 2 examples of their problems, but I don't need a list of every single problem that they encountered. Okay? All right, so let's talk quickly about our characters. Remember, we talked about the different characters that we see in every story. So we have our main character. That is who is affected by the events. Okay, normally this character is in the name or title of the movie. Okay, then we have our protagonist. The protagonist, or we can also, in this case, call it the hero of the story. This is the character who drives the plot or the events forward. Okay, often, or sometimes they can be the same, protagonist and main character, but in Finding Nemo, they're different. And then antagonist. This is the character that is, or that gives us conflict or problems in the story. Okay, so let's talk about who did we decide is our main character of the movie? Meng, who's our main character?
Our main characters are
Just one.
Nemo
One main character.
and Marlin.
Just one.
Nemo.
Nemo is our main character. Okay. What about our protagonist in the story? Who moves the story events forward, Pizza?
Nemo's dad, Marlin.
Marlin. Okay, Marlin's going to be our protagonist. What about our antagonist? Who creates conflict in this story?